There is a quiet truth many never hear. What you believe about wealth is not just a thought floating in your mind. It is the very substance of your experience. What you believe about wealth becomes the shape your life takes. It is the tone of your days, the rhythm of your decisions, and the openness or tightness in your heart. And right now, just where you are being invited into a gentle, beautiful awareness. You have the power to shift your experience of wealth by shifting what you believe. There is no judgment here. Many people were never taught that beliefs could be questioned. Most people walk around holding thoughts about money, worth, and success as though they were unchangeable facts. But thoughts are not set in stone. Thoughts are tools, and they are tools you can choose, shape, and release. If a thought has become too heavy, you can set it down. If a belief feels tight or painful, it may no longer fit the truth of who you are becoming. Right now, take a soft breath. Let yourself be still for a moment. You are safe here. Nothing needs to be rushed. You are doing wonderfully by simply becoming aware. That awareness alone is powerful. When we begin to notice the thoughts that move through our minds, we create the space for something new, something kinder, something more supportive. So many people carry an invisible tension around money. It shows up in the body as tight shoulders, a clenched jaw, a fast heartbeat when bills arrive. And deeper still, it shows up as self-talk. Thoughts like, I can't afford that. I'll never get ahead. Money slips through my fingers. These are not personal failures. They are echoes of old teachings. Somewhere along the way, these words were picked up like pebbles on a path and carried without even realizing it. We begin by noticing, gently, without blame, without shame, just noticing. Ah, that thought again. And then we breathe. We give ourselves space to ask, is this belief helping me build a bridge, or is it building a wall? Because every belief we hold either opens us to the flow of life or quietly pushes it away. And the beautiful thing is this: the moment we see the belief, we are free to choose again. It is not about forcing new beliefs. The mind does not respond well to being pushed, but it does respond beautifully to repetition, love, and patience. So instead of rushing to replace a thought, let it soften. Speak to it kindly, like a child who doesn't know better. Tell it, you've done your best to protect me, but I no longer need this fear. I am choosing something new. Every loving shift begins with awareness. Every transformation begins with compassion. Even now, as you listen, a part of you is already opening. You are becoming aware of the quiet space between thought and belief, and that space is where new things grow. When we look back, we may notice where many of these beliefs first began. Perhaps they were spoken in homes where money was always tight. Perhaps they were absorbed from others' struggles or shaped by stories repeated again and again. You may have heard things like, money doesn't grow on trees, or people like us never get rich. And for a long time, you may have believed them. But you were never meant to carry those limits forever. Those beliefs were handed down, perhaps by people who meant well, perhaps by those who were simply trying to survive. But survival is not your only path. You are meant to thrive. You are meant to grow in peace, not just endure in fear. And the first step to thriving is recognizing what you no longer need to hold. Gently ask yourself now, what beliefs about wealth have I carried that feel heavy? You do not need to fix anything in this moment. Just let the question rest in your heart. Let it move slowly, like sunlight over the water. The answers will come, gently and honestly. Sometimes beliefs feel so familiar, we don't even realize they're optional. They feel like part of us. But beliefs are not our identity. They are choices we make repeatedly. And the good news is, you can always make new choices. You are not bound by the past. You are not tied to your upbringing. You are not locked into lack. You are an expression of life, and life wants to flow through you. If you have ever felt like wealth was something meant for others but not for you, I want you to hear this. You are worthy of good things. You are allowed to experience ease. You are allowed to be supported. These are not rewards for being perfect. They are your birthright as a being of light and love. You don't have to know how everything will change. You don't need to have it all figured out. The most important part is simply the willingness to believe that something new is possible. That wealth is not a punishment or a test, but an energy, an extension of life itself. And like all life, it responds to the thoughts you nourish within. Let us begin planting seeds of possibility, not because you need fixing, but because you deserve flourishing. Let your thoughts be like soft rain on a dry field. Speak gently to yourself. I am willing to release beliefs that no longer serve me. I am willing to believe in the support of life. I am willing to see wealth as a friend. Feel those words as you say them. Whisper them, if you like, or write them on a note and place them where you can see them each morning. The words we repeat become the soil of our lives. Let your words now be filled with love and hope. You are safe to grow. You are safe to change. You are safe to let go of what once seemed true and open to what truly supports you. Every belief you choose now can become a bridge, leading you to more joy, more ease, more love. And it begins, always, with the loving choice to believe in something better. Sometimes the thoughts we carry feel so familiar, we don't question them. They become the background music of our lives, playing over and over until we believe it's the only tune there is. But there is another melody waiting, a softer one, a more loving one that leads not to tension and worry, but to openness and flow. When we look closely at the thoughts we think about money, we begin to see a clear pattern. Some of those thoughts build bridges, strong, welcoming, stable paths across the space between where we are and where we long to be. And some thoughts build blocks, walls that quietly keep abundance out, even when we desire it deeply. You can begin to notice this with simple awareness. There's no need to judge yourself. You are not wrong for having these thoughts. You are not bad. You are not broken. You are learning. You are awakening. And this awakening is gentle and kind. Begin by observing how your body feels when a thought about money comes up. Do you feel tightness in your chest? A heaviness in your stomach? That is the body's way of speaking. It's saying, this thought might be a block. And then ask, what would a bridge feel like instead? For example, the thought, there's never enough, tends to bring tension, fear, and even a feeling of being chased or trapped. That is a block. It does not bring relief, it brings resistance. But a thought like, life always supports me in unexpected ways, feels open, peaceful, and steady. That is a bridge, and bridges can be built, one belief at a time. There is no rush in this process. A bridge is not made in a moment, but it begins with intention. You might want to take a few quiet minutes with a journal or a sheet of paper and softly write down the thoughts that come up most often around money. Write them down without fear. Let them come just as they are. Then, next to each one, ask, does this feel like a bridge or a block? You will know. Your heart always knows. And once you see it, you don't have to tear the wall down all at once. You can begin with just one brick, one belief, one moment of choosing again. When you notice a block thought arise, meet it with kindness. Say, I see you. I know where you came from, but I am choosing to build a bridge now. Let these bridge-building thoughts be soft, believable, and loving. You don't need to force positive thinking. This is not about pretending or covering things up. It's about choosing gentler thoughts that help you feel safer, more supported, and more open to life. You can begin with affirmations like, I am open to new ways of receiving, or wealth comes in many beautiful forms, or even simply, I am willing to believe in ease. These words are gentle steps. They are invitations to the universe to meet you with kindness. When you repeat them daily, even quietly, they begin to shape your inner world. And your inner world is where everything begins. Let your thoughts become your friends. Let them support you, guide you, and comfort you. Each thought that opens your heart is a stone laid in the bridge between struggle and peace. You are not far from the life you want. You are one belief away from a new experience. And each time you choose a bridge instead of a block, you are getting closer. Now that we have softened the old beliefs and begun to name which ones build and which ones block, we can take the next gentle step, reshaping the language we use when we speak about money. Words carry power. They carry intention. And often they carry the emotion of every experience we've ever had with money. But we are not tied to the past. We can speak a new language, one of love, support, and peace. Start by noticing the phrases that come out in daily life. I can't afford that. That's too expensive. I'm broke. These words may feel automatic, but each one plants a seed. And if we keep planting the seeds of lack, we keep growing the same garden. You are allowed to speak differently now. You are allowed to use language that nurtures your spirit and reflects the life you want to live. Even something as small as saying, I'm choosing to wait before I spend, instead of I can't afford it, creates a new energy. It gives you power. It reminds you that you are making choices, not trapped in circumstances. Or when you receive a bill, instead of groaning or feeling dread, take a soft breath and say, I bless this bill and the services I've received. I am open to more than enough. These are not just words. They are energetic shifts. They move your emotional center from fear to gratitude, from pressure to peace. And when you speak to yourself with love, your body listens. Your nervous system softens. Your breath deepens. Your heart opens. That is when abundance finds room to flow in. You might enjoy trying a short practice each morning in the mirror. Greet yourself kindly. Look into your eyes and say, I am worthy of wealth. I am open to receive. Life supports me in all ways. At first, this may feel unfamiliar, but with time, your reflection becomes a friend, a witness to your healing, a partner in your growth. These words begin to form new patterns in the mind. Repetition is how the brain learns. Speak the language of wealth with love and softness, and the subconscious begins to respond. The stories change, the fears ease, and the experience of life becomes lighter, richer, more generous. Your thoughts about money are part of your overall health. When you think loving thoughts, your body relaxes. When you think fearful thoughts, your body contracts. The two are deeply connected. So when you speak kindly about wealth, you are also caring for your body. You are inviting healing into every cell, every breath, every beat of your heart. It's not about saying things you don't believe. It's about choosing words that gently open the door. You might begin with, I am willing. Willingness is a powerful state. It creates movement. I am willing to think differently. I am willing to release old patterns. I am willing to welcome support. Speak slowly. Speak kindly. Speak with love. Let your words become soft beams of light that lead you forward. There is no perfect way to do this. There is only your way, and your way is enough. You are enough. Let this be your daily choice, to use words that feel like bridges. Let your language lead you to peace, one gentle phrase at a time. And know that with each kind word, each supportive sentence, you are becoming the creator of a new story, a story of openness, a story of trust, a story of wealth, soft, loving, and deeply true. There is a gentle rhythm to life that often goes unnoticed. It flows beneath the surface, guiding each moment, each breath, each possibility. And just like this rhythm, wealth flows when we feel safe to receive it. So often, the conversation around money centers on doing more, trying harder, achieving faster. But true prosperity begins in a softer place. It begins where we feel emotionally safe, safe to receive, safe to trust, safe to believe we are worthy of more. Many have been taught that to receive is selfish, that asking for abundance is greedy, or that too much good somehow makes one undeserving. These beliefs are deeply rooted in fear and shame, not truth. You were never meant to beg for blessings. You were never meant to shrink yourself to fit into someone else's idea of what's enough. Life is not keeping score. Life is listening to the song of your heart, and your heart wants to feel safe. Safety is not weakness. It is the soil in which all goodness grows. When we feel emotionally safe, we make choices from love, not from fear. We begin to see opportunities instead of problems. We rest instead of worrying. We breathe deeply instead of tightening our chest. And it is in this space, this warm, safe space, that wealth begins to gather and grow. To feel safe receiving, begin by forgiving the part of you that thought you were unworthy. Forgive the self-judgment. Forgive the fear. Forgive the old patterns of sabotage. None of these were personal failures. They were protections. But now you are ready for a new kind of safety. A safety rooted not in avoidance, but in love. Speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend. Say, "It is safe for me to receive. I am open to support. I am learning to trust the flow of life." Let these words be your new inner voice. Let them fill the quiet moments, the spaces in between, the stillness of early morning and the hush of evening. These are the times when new beliefs take root. Receiving is not about grabbing or hoarding. It is about allowing, letting in the sunshine, opening the windows, letting your hands remain open so life can place blessings into them. You are not too much. You are not asking for too much. You are allowed to feel safe, loved, and fully supported by the universe. Once this sense of inner safety begins to grow, a beautiful thing happens. You start to rewrite your story. The old story, one of lack, fear, shame, no longer feels like home. And you begin to speak to yourself in a new voice, one that says, "I am enough. I matter. My dreams are worthy." That new voice becomes the author of your new life. Imagine telling a new story about wealth, one where money is not the enemy or the source of stress, but a friend who shows up when invited, a companion on your path. You can begin to write this story in your own words. Get a notebook, sit in a peaceful space, and gently answer, "What is my new relationship with wealth? What would it feel like to live in ease, to receive with joy, to share with love?" You don't need every answer right now. Just begin. Even a few lines written with honesty and hope can shift something deep within you. Speak as if wealth were listening, because it is. Wealth responds to your energy, your openness, your belief in the goodness of life. Let your story be soft, warm, real. Let it come from the heart. You might say, "I welcome wealth with grace," or "Every day I see more proof that I am supported." These are not just nice sentences. They are invitations to life. You are showing the universe that you are ready to walk a different path. A path where you are not afraid to receive, not afraid to shine, not afraid to believe that your worth is infinite. Let this story grow stronger each day. Let it become your new truth, one gentle word at a time. You are not rewriting the past. You are choosing the future, and the future is open, bright, and loving. Now it's time to bring this into your daily life in simple, loving ways. These are not chores or duties. They are acts of devotion to yourself, acts of alignment with the truth that wealth is part of your nature. Let each day hold a small practice that reminds you of your power and your worth. You can begin with gratitude. Gratitude shifts your energy immediately. Each morning before your feet touch the ground, speak softly. Thank you for another day. Thank you for the wealth I see and the wealth that's on its way. List 3 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be big. A warm shower, a peaceful moment, a kind word. Gratitude opens the heart, and an open heart invites miracles. You can also practice mirror work. Stand before your reflection, look gently into your own eyes and say, "You are worthy of wealth. I love you. You are doing just fine." This may feel unfamiliar at first, but over time your reflection becomes a friend, a witness to your growth. This is a loving habit, one that rewires the deepest beliefs. You might light a candle before you pay your bills, sending a blessing with each dollar. This payment flows with love, and more always returns to me. Or keep a small journal where you write down every act of receiving, no matter how small. A compliment, a free coffee, a helpful moment. Let your awareness of abundance grow. These simple actions are powerful. They create momentum. They shift your vibration. And as your energy changes, your outer world gently follows. The more consistently you align with love, gratitude, and belief in your worth, the more naturally wealth begins to show up. And perhaps most importantly, hold patience in your heart. Some days will feel easier than others. That is okay. You are not failing. You are transforming. There is no race, no deadline. Each day is an invitation. Each moment is a chance to choose again. And in every one of those moments, you are supported. The universe is not testing you. It is loving you. It is waiting for your permission to give. Say yes, softly but firmly. Say yes to receiving. Say yes to ease. Say yes to being supported in ways you never imagined. The more you say yes to the life that wants to bless you, the more you feel the presence of something greater, something wise, patient, and endlessly generous. The universe does not abandon. It does not punish. It reflects. It mirrors your belief, your openness, your faith. Let your thoughts now become filled with gentle trust. Let the fear fall away like old leaves from a tree. You don't need to carry it anymore. Life is not against you. Life is not holding anything back. Sometimes things take time, not because they are being denied, but because your heart is learning how to truly receive. You are supported in every step, even now, even when it's quiet, even when things seem still. Trust that the roots are growing beneath the surface. Trust that your energy is shifting. Trust that every loving thought, every kind word, every soft affirmation is building something new. And now, as we close this journey, let this truth settle deep within you. You are the key. You are the doorway. What you believe becomes the path beneath your feet. Let your beliefs be bridges. Let them carry you toward a life of grace, joy, and ease. Repeat softly in your heart or out loud, "I am worthy of wealth. It is safe for me to receive. Life supports me in every way. I trust the timing of my abundance." Let these words be your new rhythm. Let them rise with the sun and settle with the stars. Your new life is already forming. Trust it, welcome it, love it. And above all, love yourself. That is the greatest wealth of all.